Welcome back. According to a report by Vanguard News, another horrifying school attack has shaken Nigeria after armed gunmen invaded government secondary school, Olowo, in the Kani local government area of Kogi State, during an ongoing NECO examination. Instead of concentrating on examination questions, students were forced to flee for their lives as gunfire erupted around them. By the time the attack ended, the school principal, a NECO official, and several students had been abducted. Once again, Nigerians are asking the same painful question: how many more schools must become crime scenes before meaningful action is taken? The attack reportedly unfolded while candidates were writing their literature in English examination. Residents said the attackers entered the community firing repeatedly to create panic before heading towards the examination center. Witnesses described complete confusion as students, teachers, and residents scattered in different directions. When the shooting finally stopped, examination papers lay abandoned across classrooms and the school compound, while several victims had disappeared into the surrounding forest with their captors. For families waiting at home, an ordinary examination day suddenly became a nightmare. Community members identified those adopted as the school principal, Mr. Yanda Daniel, the NECO supervisor, Mr. Solomon Audu, and 4 students. Residents also pointed out that the number of victims could have been much higher had candidates been sitting for a compulsory subject with larger attendance. That observation alone has intensified fears among parents across Nigeria. If criminals can strike an examination center in broad daylight, many are asking whether any school can truly be considered safe anymore. Adding another disturbing dimension to the incident, relatives reportedly began receiving ransom demands shortly after the kidnappings. According to local sources, several families were contacted and instructed to pay large sums for the safe return of their loved ones. Whether these demands are eventually negotiated or resisted, the reality remains devastating. Kidnapping has increasingly become a profitable criminal enterprise, and every successful adoption appears to encourage the next one. Many Nigerians now worry that education itself is becoming another target for organized criminals groups seeking financial gain. Security agencies responded by deploying soldiers, police officers, local vigilantes, and hunters into nearby forests in an effort to rescue the victims. The Kogi State Police Command confirmed that tactical teams were immediately mobilized and the senior security officials personally visited the scene to coordinate operations. Authorities later announced that 1 student had been rescued, while efforts continue to locate the remaining adoptees. Although the rescue offered a measure of hope, many citizens argue that preventing such attacks should receive far greater attention than responding after life had already been placed in danger. Perhaps the most controversial revelation came from the police investigation itself. Authorities disclosed that government secondary school, Olowo, had previously been closed by the Kogi state government because of its isolated location and security concerns. Yet, despite the closure, the abandoned premises were allegedly being used as a special examination center for the ongoing NECO examinations. This revelation has triggered difficult questions. Who authorized examinations at a location already considered too dangerous for normal school activities? Was proper security assessments carried out before candidates were sent there? These are the questions many Nigerians believe deserve clear and transparent answer. Police also stated that investigators are examining allegations that the examination center may have been operated as what is commonly referred to as a miracle center, where examination malpractice is allegedly facilitated. Authorities stress that anyone found responsible for illegally operating the center or participating in examination malpractice would face prosecution. While those allegations remain under investigation, the controversy has shifted public attention beyond the kidnapping itself. Many now argue that failure in oversight may have exposed students and officials to unnecessary danger. The Kogi state government has since launched a coordinated rescue operation involving the Nigerian Army, Police Department of State Services, local vigilantes, and hunters. Officials also disclosed that advanced technology is being deployed to support such efforts. According to the government, one victim has already been rescued while operations continue for the others. Authorities appeal to residents to provide credible intelligence that could help security agencies locate the kidnappers before further harm occurs. Government officials also reviewed that preliminary findings suggesting that some of the examination candidates involved were not regular students of government secondary school or lower, and that the examination arrangements allegedly failed to comply with the security framework established for the ongoing NECO examinations. Even so, the government insisted that protecting every resident remains its responsibility, regardless of the circumstances surrounding the examination center. The latest attack has reignited criticism of Nigerian Safe Schools initiative, introduced after the Chibok girls' adoption. The program promised better security infrastructure, early warning system, improved fencing, and faster emergency responses. Billions of naira have reportedly been allocated over the years for school protection. Yet, attacks on educational institutions continue to occur across different parts of the country. This has led many Nigerians to question whether funding has translated into meaningful protection on the ground, or whether implementation continues to fall short of expectations. The National Parents-Teacher Association of Nigeria and the Nigerian Union of Teachers have both renewed calls for full implementation of the Safe Schools initiative. They argue that vulnerable schools require trained security personnel, modern surveillance systems, stronger intelligence gathering, and effective emergency response mechanisms. Education leaders insist that students should never have to choose between pursuing an education and risking their lives simply by attending school. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar also condemned the incident, describing examination halls as places of hope rather than scenes of terror. He argued that repeated attacks on schools demonstrate broader failures in governance and security, warning that when children cannot safely write examinations, confidence in both education and public safety continues to erode. His comments have added political pressure to an already emotional national conversation about insecurity and government accountability. The tragedy in Kogi arrives alongside reports that 3 newly graduated Nigerian soldiers were allegedly adopted while traveling through Zamfara state. Although military authorities said they were not aware of the reported incident, the claim has further fueled concerns about the wider security environment. If civilians, students, and even newly trained security personnel are reportedly vulnerable to kidnapping, many Nigerians believe the country faces challenges that require stronger coordination and more decisive action. The attack on government secondary school, Olowa, is more than another kidnapping story. It represents a painful reminder of the growing fear surrounding education in parts of Nigeria. Parents now wonder whether sending children to school is becoming an unacceptable risk. Teachers question whether classrooms can remain places of learning when criminals operate with apparent confidence. Until schools are genuinely secured, investigations completed transparently, and those responsible brought to justice, public confidence is unlikely to recover. For many Nigerians, the most troubling question is no longer whether another school could be attacked, but where the next attack might happen. Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you find this report informative, kindly like, share, and subscribe for more news reports. I'm Chidera Eso. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next reports.